I'm gonna become a Pokémon Master.
Honey, don't forget to bring an extra pair of jeans.
Mom!
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause.
Much musculous, you are mine!
Travel across the land, searching far and wide.
I caught a musculus! I see you! Go, Pokeball!
Ding.
I caught a C. elegans!
Battery died.
Professor Zong! I've caught these Pokemon and I want them to be the strongest so they can beat the elite Tetrad!
Very best. You have to understand the concepts of evolution and mutation. I know. You should make up practice problems and practice them with your friends. Okay. Anyway, let's look at some Pokemon together.
Here we have two Caterpie. When we mate them, we see that 75% of the offspring have the same phenotype as the parents, but we also see that 25% of the offspring have a different phenotype from the parents. This can be explained looking at the parents' genotypes. Both parents are heterozygotes, meaning they carry a dominant allele and a recessive allele. When they are mated, there are three possible genotypes: homozygous dominant, heterozygote, and homozygous recessive. When the offspring are homozygous dominant, they encode the protein that allows tyrosine to be converted to green pigment. When the offspring are heterozygotes, they only have one functional allele that can encode the protein that allows tyrosine to be converted to green pigment. Although they have less of the protein, this gene is haploinsufficient, and therefore the heterozygotes will be green like the parents. When the offspring are homozygous recessive, they have two non-functional alleles and do not encode the protein that allows tyrosine to be converted to green pigment. These leaves the offspring a yellow color. Here we have two Volcanions. One is a fire Volcanion and the other is a water Volcanion. When we mate them, we see that all the offspring are fire and water Volcanions. This is an example of codominance. In this case, neither allele is dominant, and therefore the heterozygote expresses the phenotype of both homozygous parents.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Dujon!
Here we have two Vivillons. One is white and the other is blue. When we mate them, we see that all of the offspring are light blue. This is an example of incomplete dominance. The white parent is homozygous for the recessive allele, while the blue parent is homozygous for the incompletely dominant blue allele. When the Vivillon are homozygous for the blue allele, they produce a protein that allows the white pigment to be turned into blue pigment. These Vivillon are blue. When the Vivillon are heterozygous, they only have one functional blue allele, and therefore only make half the amount of protein that turns white pigment into blue pigment, so the phenotype of this Vivillon is midway between blue and white. When the Vivillon are homozygous for the white allele, they do not produce the proteins that turn the white pigment into blue pigment, therefore these Vivillon are white. Sometimes we get results that differ based on the gender of the offspring. For example, here we mated two Pikachu, and we got males and females with the same phenotype as the parents, but we also got males who had a different phenotype, in this case, a different tail. This happens when a gene is linked to a sex chromosome. In this case, the gene for the hardtail is linked to the X chromosome. Here we see the genotypes of the parents. We see that the mother does not have a hardtail, but does carry the recessive allele. The father does not. When they are mated, we see that the phenotype of the males depend on which allele they inherit from the mother. If they inherit the dominant allele, then they have a normal tail. As hemizygotes, if they inherit the recessive allele, then they have a hardtail. We do not see this with the females because regardless of which allele they inherit from the mother, they always inherit a dominant allele from the father.
Wow, Professor Zong! I feel so ready to take on the elite Tetrad now! I thought all I had to do was level up my Pokemon until they evolved. But that's not even close to how evolution works. If I just force my Pokemon to make tons of babies, at least one of them will mutate with some crazy enhanced phenotype that's hopefully a gain of function.
Thanks, Professor Zong. That was great!